In the previous video, we disassembled the SSG96 MK2. We have a bunch of parts on the table. Let's put it back together. It looks like a bit of a mess, but don't worry, it's actually quite simple. The system is very simple, which is what I like. So let's get started. First, we need to put these pins and the springs on the inside here. Don't worry, I will take a picture and I'm gonna show you on the screen what it should look like on the inside, so you can replicate that. Pins go on top of the springs. Make sure they are in there. Time for a picture. All right. Now we take the bolt handle and we placed it in there. So this would be the open position. This would be the closed position. We want to do it somewhat in the closed position. And we push it down and we test if it's clicking. If it's clicking, then everything is good. And now we need to hold it together and we put it onto the cylinder. Before we do so, don't forget to put the indicator in there, otherwise it wouldn't work. Okay, now we can put the bolt back in. Just like that. Now again, don't forget to tighten these screws. All right, to make everything nice and solid. Perfect. And now we test the function. It is clicking. Now we take this pin and we insert it into the hole with the thin part first. So just like that, in here, and we open the bolt. Now in goes the spring guide, the spring, piston, and finally the cylinder head. Take your needle nose pliers or Leatherman skeleton tool, just like I'm using, and tighten it. All right, there is our bolt pretty much ready to go, and we can move on to the hop-up chamber because that also contains small parts, and I like to always get rid of small parts first and build it up to the bigger thing. Hop-up bucking, super easy. You can just literally put it there in any direction. It's gonna be fine. And here, notice that there is a notch in the barrel that will go here where we put this pin. So orient it correctly already, like that, and we can put the pin inside. Wiggle it a little bit around until you can push the pin in and use a bit or something flat to push it all the way. If you need a little bit more force, oops, that was a bit too much. All right, that's perfect. All right, let's move on to the adjustment dial. We put it here, and before we close it completely, we will put the pressure knob inside. So here we have two chamfers. Those will be facing us. Those will be on top, so the wheel rides smoothly. We will place it in this hole, just like so. And we will close it. Now, don't force it. First, push it down a little bit. That allows us to put it over it. Okay, now we test the function. If everything rotates, everything is correct. So all good. Now we will secure everything in place by screwing this on. Okay, hold the hop-up chamber and tighten it. Don't overdo it, but put it there firmly. Okay, that's yet another part done. And now we will move on to the receiver and we will put the trigger box back in place. We already have the screws there, Phillips head screwdriver, and we just screw it on. All right, that's in there. Let's put the barrel in place. Don't forget the foam O-rings. They will make it super easy to align it here in the front. Just slide it in place. And now everything just falls in there. No need to do anything finicky to get it there. The O-rings make it super easy. Align this hole with the thread, this one, the middle one. Maybe you can see it a little bit. And we will put the magazine catch on there. Again, we already have the screw in, just align everything. All right, just like that. Now I'm gonna push on the magazine release and make space for the screwdriver so I can get it in there. Okay. Tighten it and we are almost there. We can screw in the barrel. Before you go all the way in, make sure this set screw is out. We don't want to scratch the thread. That would be permanent damage. It would still work. It's not nice though. Make sure the screw is out. All right, go all the way back until you cannot screw any further. You see it's not aligned. That's okay. Go back exactly the amount that you need to align it how it should be. It should be just like this. We can already see the place where the set screw is resting. If you can see it, that's good. And now we just put it back in place. To make sure that it's 100% aligned, try to wiggle the barrel left to right, tighten a little bit, wiggle a little bit, and tighten it. Now it's 100% aligned and secure. And now the last thing, or almost the last thing to do, is to put the bolt back in. Now you will notice it doesn't want to go in. Just pull the trigger and slide it inside. All right, there we go. Now, stopper goes in here. Here you have to make sure that it's oriented like this towards the trigger. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to access it from the outside. This piece, don't forget to put it here. Make sure it doesn't fall out. Align it in the front first, like this, and drop everything in place. Perfect. Just like that. You can turn it around. We will secure the screw or bipod stud, if you will. Put it back. And then long Allen key, 2 screws, and we are pretty much done. Magazine in, and of course, scope goes on top. And we are done. Now we assembled our SSG96 Mark II. As you can see, it's not that complicated. I hope this video helped you. See you in the next one.